Hey guys, what's up and welcome to the channel. I'm just some guy. Welcome to the garage. So what do we got here today? Well, if you looked at the title of this video, you realize what I'm making is what I call a Hillbilly Air Conditioner. Now, I don't know if you've seen this online before with people making like air conditioners out of coolers, buckets, what have you, but one of the problems that I have in my house is that my office, where my computer is at, is the furthest thing away from the AC unit. So even if the AC, let's say downstairs is like 65, 67, upstairs it's still like 75, 80 degrees. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to get a small portable air conditioner for my office. Now, I went out and I bought two really expensive ones. One just is like an actual air conditioning unit that shoots air out the window, but unfortunately for my office, because I have everything plugged in there, it blows circuits, so that's unusable. I also bought a small one, which like it's about the size like if you were to just do this, but literally all that is you dump a bunch of ice in a bucket. And so it does the same thing, theoretically, as what this is going to do, but for about 4 times the cost. Well, it's actually about maybe 2-3 times the cost. Now, I bought this for about $30, and then I bought this for like $3-4. I've got myself a fan, little Amazon Basics fan, real cheap. And then we got some epoxy to, well, epoxy it together. Now, the plan is, let me move this over here. I got a whole bunch of 2 liters. And what do coolers hold very well? 2 liters. So I'm going to be able to fill this up with a whole bunch of frozen 2 liters. Now, maybe I put some water with some salt in it to like keep everything really cool. From what I understand is if you fill this up with frozen like milk jugs, 2 liters, whatever, it will put out like 50 to 55 degree air for about 8 to 10 hours. So if I get 2, I'm gonna have to go to the store and get some more Diet Pepsi for 2 liters. That's gonna be my copium reasoning. But if I can cycle these out in the refrigerator, which I mean the refrigerator is gonna be running anyways, so it's not like I'm using any extra power. The only real power I'm gonna be using is the fan. Now the nice thing with this too is that I'll be able to put this in the office, like under near the desk. At night, I can take this into my bedroom. It doesn't have wheels. I didn't want to spend like $150 on a cooler that had wheels, because that's how much it jacks up the price of every cooler as soon as you put wheels on it. It's ridiculous. Anyways, what we got here is I've got my drill. We're gonna use the jigsaw, and that should really be the only tools that we need in order to do this. So let me take a look here at the fan. You know, I come out here and I got this whole garage and I didn't bring my knife out with me. So just use this sword as I cut myself. Yes, this is the garage sword. Over there. So we've got 2 options here with the fan. One, we're going to take the base off of it, because, well, we're just going to be putting this directly onto this. So we're going to be putting this about like right here, and then this will go right there. Fan blows the air in and then out. So we're going to need to take this off, because I don't really need all of this up here. Unless I wanted to use this like as a handle, but I don't want to because I've got handles here. So this is just kind of extra. And since we're epoxying this in here, it's not like I'm ever going to take this fan off of here. So, yeah, because otherwise, I mean, we can put this like this, right? And then have the back. But this fan is going to be straight up epoxied onto the top of this. So we're never going to take this off of here. Let me sketch this out first. Oh, sorry. The other tool that we have is the classic Sharpie, so that we can mark where our fan goes. Now we're going to cut inside of this line so that we have some, as I move everything around. We will be cutting inside this line so that, actually, you know what? No, we could cut directly on this line because the fan has like this little lip, right? And that'll go in, and then we just epoxy the lip onto here. So that looks off center. Doesn't matter. That's why it's a Hillbilly. That's why it's a Hillbilly air conditioner, right? Doesn't have to be perfect. Now this, we will probably cut a little small, just because this doesn't have a lip. So there you go. Pretty easy, right? Then we just come through. That should give us enough room for our jigsaw. We're gonna cut a couple other holes. I see. All right, so you want to center this up because, unlike me, I cut into this part. You don't really want to cut into that part. It's not going to make a big deal, or it's not going to make a big difference, especially once we get this like in here and going. But would have been nice to not have this, right? Should have just stuck with the original line or the original hole. That is what we get. Let's see what's holding us up on the other side here. See, we didn't cut through these parts right here. And so even if we would have centered this more, we probably wouldn't have gotten through these parts right here. Let me see if I got just a knife, or, well, I got that sword, but I don't really want to use that. Here, we got a... Those of you at home probably want to use something other than a steak knife, but hole has been acquired. So let's take a look. fit just fine. Once we get the epoxy on the sides, it'll cover up any holes here. Now, one of the things that I'm a little worried about is just the airflow inside, because we do have those gaps into the plastic of the lid, but I don't think it's a big deal. We're going to use a ton of epoxy to fill up any of these holes around the edge, especially that one hole that I made. And I do think, let's see if I can find a good way to get this off of here without just like snapping it. My dog is mad that I'm using tools. We'll figure that out here in a sec. Let me get this hole taken care of. Now this one should be a lot easier. Don't have your cord in front of it, or else you'll... See, we actually did run into a similar problem with this edge up here. So we use our professional tool, the steak knife, to get this off of here. Now, we've got two uneven, uncentered holes. Let me see if this... So this actually fits in here. I'll find a way to hold this up, I think. Hold on. Yeah, see, I was going to cut it small, and then I didn't. That's a me problem. So I'll probably have to hold this for a little bit while this epoxy sets, but I did get the instant 5-minute epoxy, so that's good. So let's try to find a way to get this off of here. Usually, hold on. We got it. Okay. Back to the drill. Oh, it would help if I plugged it in, huh? All right, sweet. And now we can put this on here in any way that we want, but we are going to put this way. Then that way we have easy access to the dial. So let me get this epoxy started. Now, I won't be able to show you guys how cold it gets today. That'll be in a video probably tomorrow, just because, well, I gotta wait for the things to start, or to freeze. Twist this off. Right? Yeah. make sure that is secure. All right. And we have epoxy flowing. Now I like to buy these because these are usually like one and done epoxies. Like you, after this seals up, like after your initial run of using this epoxy, like you really don't get too many more opportunities to use it. We're gonna fill that hole right there. Ah, the smell of epoxy. Got a pretty decent sized hole here too. Have to make sure that I leave some for the other pipe. Probably should have bought two of these, huh? This one's gonna kind of suck because I'm gonna have to like hold this. Probably not for very long, but gonna have to hold it nonetheless. And we are out. We are out of epoxy. Done. I wonder if I've got something that I can, hold on. No, that's not gonna work. Hey. That works very well. All right. I think we got it. And even realistically, even if this epoxies itself to the thing, it's not that big of a deal. But here you go. This is how you make a Hillbilly air conditioner. Check back tomorrow for the testing of it. This was just the preliminary phase. I'm gonna let all this stuff epoxy up. I'm gonna freeze up some 2 liters and stuff like that tonight. And then we will do a video tomorrow. So if you guys wanna see how it works out, if it works out, make sure you check back tomorrow, like, fave, subscribe, all that jazz. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Remember, I'm just some guy. Take it easy.